a child of necessity.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Hambaliyu Abdulsalam from Federal University, Birnin Kebbi. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome you all to the second class on the explanation of sociological theories. I wish to render my greetings to our lecturers here, presidents from various universities, students of our dear sociology department across the country, all other executives. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, good evening. If we want to talk about theories in sociology, we can't just jump into discussing contemporary sociological theories without considering the fact that we have fresh students in our midst. So that is what brought about the need to begin with the three main grand theories that constitute the basis on the discussion of sociological theories. So it is now on this basis that I come here this evening to discuss structural functionalism as one of the major theories in sociology. My colleague in the morning gave a brief but interesting explanation on symbolic interactionism. Before discussing structural functionalism as a theory, it is important to explain the meaning of theory. That is, it is very vital knowing what theory means. It can be defined as an intellectual or philosophical ideas developed by individuals to explain the existence and occurrence of events or phenomena in a given society. That is, theories are just mental exercise that we use in giving explanation to why and how things happen around us. So, sociologists, before explaining any event, they will make sure that such events or events are subjected to theoretical framework. That is, they are subject to theoretical explanation. For that is the best way to explain such event or phenomena occurring in human society effectively. So, there are many theories in sociology, such as functionalism, symbolic interactionism, conflict theory, and a lot of other. But these three main theories are the major in the discussion of sociological theories. So today's presentation only covers structural functionalism as one of the bases in theoretical explanation in sociology. Structural functionalism is one of the dominant theories both in anthropology and in sociology. It is sometimes called functionalism. The theory tries to explain how the relationship among the parts of society are created and how these parts are functional. That is, how they are created and the functions these parts perform to meet the need of the whole society. So, according to functionalism, it is believed that human society should be looked at like let me say, a living organism. Let's take, for example, an human being. Taking human being, human as a whole has various parts on him. This part includes the nose, the head, the eyes, hands, legs, etc. That is how structural functionalists view human society. Great founding fathers of sociology, such as Auguste Comte, Emile Durkheim, Herbert Spencer, and later American sociologists such as Talcott Parsons and Robert K. Martin, are associated with this theory. Other contemporary figures in this approach include Kingsley Davis and Paul Lazarsfeld. These theorists have in common an emphasis on viewing society as an organized system of behavior and institutions. That is, all these theorists unanimously agree that society should be viewed as a living organism with various parts, that is, as a whole system that comprises of parts. The structural functionalist assumes that human society is a complex whole which comprises of parts. These parts are interrelated and interdependent on one another. The parts have unique functions each perform to meet the need of the whole system. The parts of human society are called social institutions. These institutions include family, economic, political, educational, religious, and health institutions. And they all play very important roles to make sure the society is at equilibrium and stability. They aim at social order in the human society. The roles of each institution include, but are not limited to, recruiting of new members into the society by birth. That is a role performed by the family. Education serves as a means of transmitting the cultural heritage from one generation to the next. Religion serves the function of supplying an orderly system to explain the chaos and mystery of events, and also help people to feel that life has purpose and directions. The economic institution provide a pattern of norms that makes possible cooperation in meeting basic needs, such as providing food, clothing, and shelter, while the political institution performs the function of maintaining order among people in the country, and the health institution provide measures towards maintaining and assuring the well-being of individuals in the society. The assumptions also holds that any dysfunctions of one of the parts of the society can lead to the dysfunction of the whole system. That is, if something is wrong with one aspect of the society, it will affect others. I gave an example with our recent phenomenon we are into. That is, taking a look at our ongoing cases of coronavirus across the country. This is something that became pandemic, affecting virtually all aspects of the society. It is an issue though, but affected the political, economic, religious, Coronavirus is an health issue, but let's take a look at how it affects other aspects of human society across the world, ranging from political, family, economic, religious, and educational. So therefore, what functionalists are trying to say is that, let's take an example again with human body. Once someone is having a whole body, and your hands, God forbid, got cut off, or one of the eyes got problem, do we think such human can perform duties as is being performed by other people that are having the both? The answer is no. So that is why sometimes if we want to use functionalist theory to make sure we deal with societal problems, that is, to look at the institutions, where are problems coming from? Let's look at how to tackle such problems, not to affect other aspects of human society, because it must be known to have affect other society, for none of the institution must dysfunction and leave other institutions. Functionalists, on their assumptions, also posited that there are two main types of functions performed by these institutions. These functions include manifest and latent functions. The latent, the manifest, on one hand, is a type of function that is expected, is direct, is planned, and often positive. Because, for example, education as an institution, what we expect from education is to go to school and obtain certificates. How about other things we engage in while we go to education? For example, that is a latent function in such aspect. That is, latent functions are the ones that are unintended, unplanned, they are not expected, and they are for some extent they are often negative. But we can't directly call them negative because, for example, if one is enrolled in an institution, educational institution, for example, you are in a school, when the manifest function means to go and obtain your certificate, the latent function may be that some of us do engage ourselves with other activities. Becoming a member of executives in your department is a latent function. We are not expecting that though, but it is through education that you became one. On the other hand, most people found themselves in one activities or the other. For example, dating while in the campus. For example, most people engage themselves in campus dating and end up impregnating one another. Some were influenced by other gangs of their members, that is, their peers in the school, to become smokers and the host of many things that we did not plan for while at home before going to school. Let me take a second example of such a manifest and latent function, using politics as a reference. Functions of politics in human society is that they are meant to support the masses in the society, to guide them, to just look at its manifest latent function. Politics today, we've been complaining that we have a bad political leadership in our country, in Nigeria. So, politically, when we are talking about issues like corruption, public fund embezzlement, and a host of many other things as such, they are all latent functions because they are not expected from politics. Structural functionalism, after dominating sociology and anthropology for a long time, was challenged by main critics, notably those who proposed the conflict theory. The theory was attacked for its emphasis on stability and order while neglecting conflict and challenges, which are also very vital in any society. The messages are being deleted severally because of the problem I am encountering here with the network, that is the challenges I encounter with the network. But despite the challenges, I hope I am able to justify a little structural functionalism as a theory with both written and the voice notes, despite the short released. And God bless you all for listening. A good evening once again, and have a great day ahead. And I wish you can comment, ask questions, and wherever you observe something, please, you can chip in your own ideas to make sure this class is very effective. Thank you all. I remain Hambaliyu Abdul Salam.
Sasa most